What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Dark Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. So there's a reason why I am loading up on WPAY. And right now I'm at $468.16. And actually my income that I'm receiving from yesterday, $944.22, will be buying some shares of WPAY. So I'm going to explain to you why it's way better than MSTY and ULTY and why it's going to crush MSTY and ULTY in the long run and why I feel way more confident with WPAY. So if you're new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Smash that like button. Let's check out WPAY versus MSTY and ULTY right now. So first, WPAY ETF. It's $52.92 right now. So it's launched in August, and it's actually in the positive. It's up 3.18% since inception. So WPAY has some well-diverse ETFs inside of it, which I'm going to cover. Now, again, I hate being repetitive, but again, with the distribution rate of 50.54% and the Roundhill WeeklyPay Universe ETF seeking to track the performance of the selective Roundhill WeeklyPay Universe Index, it's designed to invest in eligible universe single stock WeeklyPay ETFs. So it does have some diversification. Now, again, the gross expense ratio is 1.28%, but it has some holdings inside of it, which are pretty well diversified. So if one takes a hit, it seems like the other ones are okay. So the Roundhill Meta WeeklyPay ETF is 6.44% of it. The Roundhill Google WeeklyPay ETF is 6.46% of it. The Roundhill Broadcom WeeklyPay ETF is 6.52%. The Netflix WeeklyPay ETF is 6.65%. Microsoft WeeklyPay ETF is 6.70%. The NVDA WeeklyPay ETF is 6.84%. The AMD WeeklyPay ETF is 6.84%. The Tesla or TSLA WeeklyPay ETF is 6.92%. Berkshire B is 6.94%. Roundhill Apple WeeklyPay ETF is 7.10%. So say like if Tesla does bad, the others kind of cover for it. And Berkshire B is usually growth stock. So, and NVIDIA and Microsoft, so, and Broadcom and Google and Meta. So eventually their net value is going to go up. And remember, it's 1.2 times the amount. So if Tesla goes up, usually the ETF goes up 1.2% versus 1%. So again, it is slightly leveraged. And again, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong explaining anything. I'm okay with that. But that's one thing that it brings to the table. And also its distribution is pretty nice. So we have a weekly distribution of 54 cents and 51 cents. So that's pretty nice. And again, it just started, but some of these holdings are going to help keep it in balance as compared to MSTY. So everybody told me I was wrong, and somebody on Reddit tried to bash me, saying that maybe MSTY's not that good. And I don't think it's reliable for retiring on passive income. Look at the drop that it made. Okay, there was a nice bull run with MicroStrategy. And yes, I do own Stretch and Strike and all that, and Strategy and all that, and those four that actually distribute dividends, but I'm not a fan of MSTY. You know, I bought it, sold it. You know, I even told you I can't confirm if I'm going to be long in it. Look at the drop in the past since inception, 37.45%. So if MicroStrategy was at an equilibrium, which I'll show you. Okay, so again, it launched and it's up and it's a little bit down, but let's just say May 16, 2025, it was up. So in the past year, still in the positive. It's up 75.38%, and that has to do with Bitcoin jumping up. So with MicroStrategy and MSTY being synthetic calls, and MicroStrategy just being stock itself, synthetic call ETFs are not very good. And yes, I do own PLTY and HOOY. They're having some really good runs. But don't be surprised if I sell PLTY for the Palantir one, the Roundhill Weekly Options Income ETF, and the Robinhood, the HOOY, into the Weekly Options ETF for the Roundhill. So again, I'm adapting, and I told you before with my previous videos, if something's better out there, I'm going to capitalize. And this is an arms race with a lot of these options income ETFs. So the more competition, the better. Now let's jump to MSTY's distribution. So look, we have some good distributions of MSTY when things were good. 412, 252, 303, 233, 194, 185, 419, 442, 308, 227, 202, 137, 137. You start seeing a drop. 133, 237, 147, 123, 118, 108, and 101. We are at the mark. And you can keep on saying reinvest, reinvest, reinvest. But with a dividend yield of 2.46% and its NAV is dropping, okay, you're seeing NAV erosion. I don't care what people say. Reinvesting is not going to help long run right now. And if you look at USOY ETF, it's almost like the same thing. But the problem is, well, USOI was an ETN, okay? This is a synthetic covered call ETF. So the problem is if MicroStrategy, again, has a drop, MSTY is going to drop, the dividend's going to drop, the NAV's going to drop, and it may be harder for the NAV to recover as compared to ULTY, who adapted. So ULTY, okay, in the past 6 months, this is when there were changes made, right around April, okay? Went from synthetic call ETFs to actual holdings. And this is why maybe ULTY might not be too bad in the long run. Now, can I retire on ULTY? No. Did I sell ULTY? Yeah. Will I rebuy ULTY? Probably. Like I said, I would. But can I rely on that? Again, these are holdings that are very volatile. Things are great. Whoa, look at that. 641. And now the market's taken a little bit of a hit, 543. Could there be a comeback? Yes, there can be. But am I going to rely on that? I think they did, with them changing the strategy with ULTY, I think that saved ULTY ETF. And I'm going to jump to that. Again, you have a distribution rate of 88.04%. But again, it does have, and it's at 9-cent distribution. So a lot of people are reinvesting, 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 reinvesting to save the NAV. Understandable. And here's some of its holdings. Okay, AFRM, and they like to switch things around too. So the thing with them is I know they switch around a lot of holdings, okay? I think what they should do, and again, this is just me, have some holdings in there to get the NAV up. And I mean, you know, MicroStrategy, you know, it's just some of the things that are hitting them are not good. And some of these holdings are just not holding up completely. So that's hurting them a little bit. I mean, I feel decent about them. I don't think that they'll split. I mean, they can have jumps and dives, but again, their distribution dropped from 10 cents to 9 cents weekly. But still, I think it'll last longer than MSTY. And again, one of my favorite options income ETFs with YieldMax is the YieldMax Semiconductor Portfolio Options Income ETF. That one's actually up, and it actually has holdings in them, which I'll jump to. Again, it has a distribution rate of 38.77%. But its distribution's not bad. 38 cents, 39 cents, 40 cents, 37, 42, 41, 40. It's in the 40s. I don't doubt it'll go crazy in the 50s, but the funds are nice. Broadcom, NVIDIA, Qualcomm, Micron Technology, Intel, AMD, Taiwan Semiconductor. So they have some good holdings. And again, Broadcom is 13.2% and NVIDIA is 11.33%. Now, again, I like the holdings with YieldMax that have portfolio like holdings, the actual holdings, not synthetic calls. Now I know that HOOY and PLTY are doing very well right now, but kind of like the portfolio options income ETFs a lot better. And I really hope YieldMax produces more portfolio options income ETFs. So I just wanted to point out that I think MSTY is in a lot of trouble. And WPAY is doing very well, and I do think there's better alternatives than ULTY, and I will be buying ULTY. I'm just letting you know. I still think it's an opportunity for me to earn some passive income and buy dividend growers with ULTY. So if you're new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. I will have a video for you tomorrow. Take care and have a good one. I'm going to jump to my disclaimer. And this is my physician I work with, Team Dr. Mike. He's battling cancer. I may post a link for the charity link that he requests. So I'm going to try to see if I can get more shirts out there for the charity. Take care and have a good one. So as a reminder, this is a disclaimer. Do not use my YouTube channel for any form of financial advice. It's strictly for entertainment purposes only. Investing is a big risk. You can gain money, you can lose money, so be aware and do your due diligence. Go to a financial advisor for financial advice. Go to a tax advisor for tax advice, please. You shouldn't be buying things because I buy things, just being very clear. And you have to do your due diligence when you buy things. You can lose money. Take care and have a good one.